So, hey everybody, this is Pastor Brandon with our next episode of the Fandom Pastor. If you've been with us before, welcome back. If this is your first time, so glad you can join us. So, do me a favor if you would, give me a like, give me a share on this, so we can kind of get this out there. This is kind of a something I do for fun more than anything else. So check it out and share it out if you would. I would appreciate it. So again, we are in our current series on the Fandom Pastor channel and page is on cult films. And of course, we are into kind of October, which is kind of the Halloween season. So I thought for these particular cult films, this one and the next one will be more of a Halloween type of focus. So again, cult films are those weird films, those films that not everybody watches, not everybody likes, but those who do like them are usually pretty doggone passionate about it. And also, honestly, some of these films are the ones that were not well liked or well respected at the time they came out, but has since gotten quite a following of love for the films, for the cast, for the directors, all of those different things. So, if you caught the clue from last time, which is although this film was a horror film, it was actually funded by a Baptist church, and some of the cast even got baptized. So, if you know that, if maybe you've seen some of the history about these films, you'll know that what I'm talking about is Plan 9 from Outer Space. It was written, directed by Ed Wood, a famous schlocky type of weirdo director, and he's not very well respected as a professional director, but he has since gotten quite a following. And of course, there was the film called Ed Wood, which is about the history of Ed Wood, and part of it was the discussion on this film. This is what I think we can say is the very definition of the cult movie, the cult film, and what it means to have a great bad film. It's been credited as the worst film ever made, although, let's be honest, there's a number of other contenders out there for that title. Um, and like it or love it, Ed Wood, the director, again, said this was the favorite film of his own. Wood himself is credited as the worst director ever himself. But he definitely did his films out of passion. He loved what he did. He loved to make films, and he was kind of that kid that would make movies on their own as they were younger. Of course, he didn't have those capabilities at that time, but now we can look to all of those kind of weird little bad movies that are getting made and posted on YouTube and things like that. And Ed Wood definitely would have been one of those guys if he'd had the opportunity. So some interesting facts about this. This was Bela Lugosi's final film. Now, if you don't know who that is, look to the original Universal Studios Dracula. He played him. Um, and he portrayed Dracula in numerous other films. He played other roles, but that's what he's very much known for. Now, Wood only actually had about 5 minutes of footage of Lugosi and used a stand-in for the rest. Wood's wife's chiropractor stood in for Lugosi, despite the fact that the doctor, the chiropractor, was significantly taller than Lugosi and actually looked nothing like him. Um, he played the part, funnily enough, with a cape over his face like this. Wood said he looked exactly like Lugosi when he did that, and so it's funny to look at that. But Wood had become friends with Lugosi later on in life, and he convinced him to be a part of this film. And actually, the what the footage he shot was for a separate film, but Lugosi passed away before any more could be shot, and so Wood just worked in those different aspects to the movie. Wood was famous for taking bits and pieces and stock footage and building movies around them rather than actually filming what he had written down. So, again, very odd gentleman when it came to film. So, if you've not got a chance to watch it, and you can find it all over the place, there's multiple options or places that you can find it online to watch this film. And in fact, I found or I posted the trailer. It's below here. The link is below all of this. And again, you can find the film itself numerous different places. Lots of places have it, so you can watch it if you're interested. But the film storyline concerns these extraterrestrials who seek to stop humanity from creating a doomsday weapon that could destroy the universe. The aliens are implementing Plan 9. And the plan is to resurrect the Earth's dead. They're here referred to as ghouls, and they're going to use these ghouls to stop the human beings. And by causing all this chaos, the aliens hope this crisis will force humanity to listen to them, to shut up and listen, and uh, just kind of stop the humans from creating this great weapon. Otherwise, the aliens have decided that, well, they're just going to wipe out humanity with this army of the undead. The film was originally developed under the title of Grave Robbers from Outer Space, but again, it was financed by this Baptist church who thought that this title could be sacrilegious, and it was retitled Plan 9 from Outer Space prior to production. And so again, the idea was the aliens are wanting to protect the rest of the universe, and I thought that this was kind of a good way for us to look at protection of the environment, protecting our world, watching out for our world, and we are called to be stewards of the world. We are in essence called to be environmentalists, protecting the world around us and everything that there is about it. And it isn't just because of dangers we face from pollution or climate change or other environmental problems. These are serious, but for Christians, the issue is deeper. We know that God created the world and it belongs to Him. It doesn't belong to us. It belongs to God. And because of this, again, we're stewards. We are those who are to be trustees, protectors of God's creation, and we aren't to abuse it, neglect it, cause issues or problems with it. In fact, Psalm 24:1 says, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." So when we fail to protect the world, when we fail to see it as God's creation, we're going to end up abusing it. We're going to end up causing issues, and it will affect us on a personal level, a physical level. It's going to cause us problems. But again, it's even more than that. We're called to be stewards, protectors of this world as Christians. And the problem is that selfishness and greed kind of takes over, and we end up not caring about the environment or the problems we're creating for the future generation. And so, honestly, we need to take that idea to heart, excuse me. We need to truly recognize what we're doing, how we're doing it, why are we doing what we're doing, um, and is it really worth it to run the world down, to destroy it, to cause complications? Is that really what we should be doing? Um, and if we truly are saying we are protectors of what God has created, then we have to recognize that we have to protect the world. It's the only world we have. It's the only place we have to live. And so we need to not only protect it for our own sake, but more importantly, because God has called us to do so. So we need to watch out for it. So join me in a couple of weeks as we continue our series on cult films. And so this particular upcoming film, again, is more of a Halloween type focus. This particular next film is the third part in this film series, and it was a departure from the original two parts, the first two parts, and was actually run down. People hated it because it did not follow the arch that had already been created by the first two films. And when the fourth one came out, it went back to a reflection on the original first two films. So this one deviated. This Halloween film, deviated from the the original intent. I don't even want to say that. This film deviated from the original focus of the first two films and was panned badly because of it. So, thanks, God bless, and you all have a great rest of the day.